1 in 200 women and 1 in 12 men are colourblind. 330 million people worldwide. But red, orange and green are still the universal colours for stop and go, charging and finished, bathroom vacant or bathroom engaged. You will almost certainly know someone who is colourblind, even if they don't. People with mild cases can live for years without realising. They get told off at school for colouring the sky purple, and then go their entire lives assuming they're just thick. But there's really no need. Colourblindness is hereditary. By knowing your genes and your parents, you can understand your kids. Colourblindness is a recessive gene carried on the X chromosome. So to be colourblind, all your X chromosomes need to be affected. Men receive the X chromosome from their mothers and the Y from their fathers. So if their father isn't colourblind, but their mother is a carrier, there's a 50% chance they will receive the affected X chromosome. Women, on the other hand, receive one X from their mother and the other from their father. Again, there's a 50% chance they will receive the affected chromosomes, but because it's recessive, they will only be a carrier. If that woman now has a child with a colourblind man, the sons again will have a 50% chance of being affected, but the daughters will definitely be a carrier, with a 50% chance of being colourblind themselves. If that colourblind daughter starts a family of her own with a non-colourblind man, all her sons will be colourblind, and all her daughters just carriers. If she'd have had a family with a colourblind man though, it's tough luck for any kids, they're all colourblind. The idea that women can't be colourblind is a myth. It's less likely as it has to affect all of your X chromosomes and women have 2 to play with, but it's still very possible. This is one of those myths that colourblind people get questioned about a lot. Along with,
do you see only in black and white?
No, only about 1 in 40,000 people do.
So what colour's that strawberry then?
Red.
Are you sure you're colourblind?
Yes, but it's only certain shades.
You're not colour blind then?
No, it's a misnomer, but colour vision deficiency isn't catchy enough.
What colour's that then?
Green.
Yeah.
The retina has 3 types of cones for colour detection. The S cone detects light of short wavelengths, responsible for blues. The M cone, medium wavelengths, greens. And the L cone, long wavelengths, reds. When light enters the eye, it stimulates each cone, but cones are useless at identifying colours on their own. If an M cone receives 1000 photons, it doesn't know if it's looking at blue in bright light or green in low light. But with signals from the other 2 cones, the brain can use the ratio between the strengths to determine the colour. If the L cone also detects 700 photons and the S cone 10, the brain can work out that the grass it's looking at is probably green. This is how normal colour vision works. 3 cones working perfectly, trichromacy. The most common type of colourblindness is anomalous trichromacy, where one of the cones is impaired. People with a dodgy L cone have protanomaly. The L cone is shifted towards the M. When incoming light is detected in this range, the difference between the 2 detected signals is much smaller, meaning the brain struggles to determine the exact colour. This is why I can sometimes see a specific green as orange, but not orange as green, making it impossible to learn your way around it. Due to anomaly is very similar, but the M cone is shifted towards the L. People with L and M cone problems have red-green colourblindness and can struggle with greens, yellows, oranges, reds and browns, but because of the red, this can also lead to confusion with purples and pinks. Tritonomaly is rare, but if you do have a dodgy S cone, you will struggle with blues and yellows. The other types of colourblindness are dichromacy, when an entire cone is missing, protanopia, deuteranopia and tritanopia. However, dichromats are sometimes still able to correctly guess missing colours from environmental clues and luminance. Dogs are dichromats. The third type is extremely rare. When someone only has 1 cone, they are monochromatic. As a cone can't identify a colour without a second one for reference, monochromats see in black and white.